Hey listener, welcome to Win Stupid Prizes, the show where we ask the questions that nobody thought were worth asking. It's your boy Eddie, and I'm joined today by a 3-cheese pizza, and they are Bear.
Stuff my crust!
Jamie.
Oh, I'll be a nice, mature cheddar.
And Alex.
The basic bitch mozzarella.
Very nice. All right, everyone, I've got a very important question to ask you today, because, okay, so this is a real fact about me. By far and away, the worst part of my job is the commute. And so I want to know, what is the best vehicle for the daily commute?
My commute sucks. Make it better.
Can we have some more real facts about you? Just like the 3 digits on the back of your credit card, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah, that's like...
It would help to know where you live and where you're commuting to, so we can't dox you.
Don't worry about it. Look, I might change jobs or so. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I want whatever I'm doing to be the most optimum method of transport.
Oh, I see.
Wherever I move to, whatever my commute ends up being, that's what I'm looking for.
Let's just establish some information. What kind of time frame are you looking at in general for your commute?
As fast as possible, baby. Why would I not be going as fast as possible? I don't understand.
Oh, you could have a relaxing time.
I will accept luxury rather than
right, yes.
Change your job to a hot dog eating streamer. There you go.
Well, no. This is about changing the vehicle. Assuming that I'm in the same job or working a similar job and I have to commute into town every day.
Okay.
I want to know what the best way of doing that commute. Yeah, like I said, what is the best vehicle for the daily commute?
Sure, yeah. I can't necessarily give you the fastest option, but I can give you luxury.
Oh, lovely.
The luxurious soft flesh of a giant peach.
Ooh. I'm sorry, what?
Jack Black has something to say about that.
Wait.
All you need to do, you meet a magical old man, like me.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
Paul isn't here right now, but I can get him on the phone.
You get some magical crystals, get a giant peach.
Okay.
And then you meet the friendly bugs that live inside the giant peach, and they help you wrangle some seagulls to carry the giant peach in the air. And then they fly you to work in the giant peach.
Seagull-powered peach.
Just to be 100% clear, you're not suggesting that we get Eddie hooked on crack?
No.
Not this time.
Oh, right, okay.
That's your suggestion, not mine.
Okay, just had to be sure.
We need new magic crystals then, but that's fine. I'll work on that.
Yeah, different magic. That's why you need the magical old man.
So wait, hang on. So this is James and the Giant Peach, right? This is
Yes.
what we're doing here?
Yeah.
That's flown by seagulls.
To get across the Atlantic, yes. They get to New York.
Oh, of course. Seagulls are well known as long-distance flight birds.
I mean, they're seagulls, right? They've got to be able to go over a sea.
They spend a lot of time on land, though.
Oh, you also get to meet the cloud men while you're up in the sky.
The cloud men?
I don't know what they're like, but they're up there.
Isn't that like a David Bowie thing?
There's a cloud man waiting in the peach.
I had to remind myself of the book when I decided to suggest this, and I'd completely forgotten the cloud men.
My memory of the book is James doesn't like his parents/adoptive parents or something.
No, his parents get eaten by carnivorous rhinoceroses at the London Zoo.
Oh, yes. So he's with horrible step-parents or something.
Yeah, no, we've all been there.
Carnivorous rhinoceroses.
Yeah, carnivorous rhinoceroses.
The known herbivores.
Well, not these ones, obviously.
Well, I mean, based on the word carnivorous, yeah.
Notably, the peach does crush his aunt's house on the way out when it's rolling away.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to lose my house.
Well, no. You're going to lose your parents to the rhinoceroses. Then you're going to be taken in by your aunts.
Right. Even though I'm old enough to not need that, but okay.
Yeah.
Your terrible aunt.
Your terrible aunts who you don't like.
My terrible aunt. My aunts are pretty cool.
Well, not this one.
Not that one. Yeah, your terrible
Oh,
aunt.
okay, fair enough. My most terrible aunt takes me in.
I didn't realize when you suggested a giant peach that we were going to be destroying Eddie's family unit to do this.
That's the cost. But you get to travel in a giant peach.
All right.
I thought the cost was being friends with a giant spider.
Wait,
Yes,
so-
I'm going to say that's the other thing. The next thing is you have to be friends with a spider.
A giant spider.
They're friendly.
Now, here's a second true fact about me. Terrified of spiders.
Yeah, but maybe not if they're giant and friendly.
Look, you get to make friends with centipede, Miss Spider, old green grasshopper, earthworm, ladybug, glowworm, and silkworm.
Oh, and ladybug is hot.
Yeah. Miss Spiders probably was like an absolute bomb when she was younger. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, but maybe not to Eddie.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Are they just giant bugs, or are they, like, humanized in any way?
In the book, I don't think it explains it.
They speak.
Okay, sure.
They grow giant with the peach.
Yes,
Cool.
that's why they're big.
I think there's no indication that they're biologically not just giant bugs, but they do talk.
Yeah.
And they understand emotions.
Interesting.
Just hope that whatever version of this you're in, they do animate it in a way that sort of reduces the horrificness of that.
Besides, you're the one who pitched Man Spider, and now you get a chance to live with him in a giant fruit, and you're like, no thanks?
Well, you told me it was a giant spider, not a giant lady spider, or man spider, whichever way around it happens to be.
It is Miss Spider. Her name is Miss Spider. I don't know what that means, but her name is Miss Spider.
I like the implication as well in this world that intelligence and emotions are just based on size.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why elephants are the smartest and most friendly things around.
Yeah, well, whales.
Oh, wow, sorry.
Exactly. Whales have got technology beyond our understanding.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm the most emotionally intelligent of the group.
Yes.
Hang on a minute. Did Roald Dahl call Miss Spider because she's a spinster?
Whoa!
Way.
Oh! Slam dunk. There we go. End the episode.
Wow. Yeah, we did it.
I
Thank
deserved
you.
that. That was good.
Also, importantly, when you get there, you get to make friends with all the local... It says children because James is a child, but I assume it's peers.
Yeah.
No, Eddie, you do get swarmed by children, and that's your reputation.
Okay, I get swarmed with children and my fighting instincts kick in back from the Halloween episode.
Oh no.
And you wrangle them into a team to help you take on work. I don't know.
So what you're saying is Eddie's new life is hanging out with a giant spider,
Yeah.
commuting to New York on a daily basis at the speed of bird,
Speed of bird.
No. We're still doing the commute that Eddie has.
and then luring in kids with sweet fruit
And then living in the pit of the peach at the end.
in Central Park.
In Hyde Park.
I mean, the rent for Central/Hyde Park is probably pretty good.
Google has given me an interesting development here. When I googled spinster, if you go to Google Images, mostly it's like old women with like often depicted with spinning wheels. I assume that's part of where that comes from. Apparently there's a movie called Spinster. But image 3 on Google is just Emma Watson.
Wow.
The only modern woman for quite a while on Google Images.
I mean, spinster's quite a broad thing, and she's likely to have played a spinster at some
Spinning was quite lucrative, and so like a woman who didn't want to marry could have her own business basically and live independently.
But the term is used to refer to like any woman past the age of like 23 who hasn't got married yet back then.
Bloody hell. Do you have any idea how hard that is in today's standards?
Well, it's because it was an association then of like people who didn't want to get married would go and do that because it was a self-sustaining profession.
Yes.
Yeah, this article that uses Emma Watson as a cover image is just using her as an example of a woman who is single, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who said in an interview she was single.
Like, a great job. Fantastic reporting.
So, back on the peach.
Yes. Okay, I'm on board the peach.
Okay, so we don't have to take the whole story.
Cool.
Because obviously you just want the transport.
But you are killing his parents.
That's necessary for the peach, right?
Well, that's how you attract the magical old man to get the peach, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to strip away the things you don't need to just use the peach as a vehicle. So we're going to forget New York.
Cool.
I don't know if the insects and the bugs are vital, so they're a maybe.
Okay.
It can also roll. So if you don't want to fly every time, you could roll it. And if there's someone you don't like, you could roll over their house instead of your aunt's house.
I'm going to get so dizzy if we roll that peach.
You would get, that would be so rough.
That's also the solution to London traffic.
Yeah, you just crush all the cars.
We could maybe engineer like a little anti-rolling thing in the pit though, so that you roll the other way, stay stable.
Yeah.
Oh, have it like free ball it. Right.
I don't know if you have to cross the Thames or not because we're not doxing you and where your work is. But if you do, that's what you use the flight for.
That makes sense. A question about the flight, actually. Who directs or drives the seagulls?
I think they just do.
How do they know where they're going?
They bait in 501 seagulls.
501. Good. Got that redundancy.
You say, hey, we're going to give you this piece of peach, and then you catch them with spider web.
It's actually it's the silkworm and and Miss Spider who make the web. So I guess you do need at least the silkworm to catch the seagulls.
Okay.
I think legally you don't want to be the person who is in charge of this vehicle just because, you could be causing quite a lot of property damage.
You will smash it into the side of the walkie-talkie, yeah.
As long as the vehicle isn't in my name, surely that's fine. I can still be the one driving it, as long as this isn't my vehicle, sir. Or man, officer. There we go.
I think it hasn't got a motor, right? So you don't actually need to register it.
Fantastic.
You might have to register it on like foreign imported strange fruits.
No, you have to register the bugs as your pets, probably.
Ah, right.
Yeah, you can't fly to Australia, unfortunately. They really don't like you importing fruit.
You can't going on holiday to Australia.
Like, can I just register it as an art installation and therefore whatever happens is a work of art? No, you destroyed my car. Yeah, but it was for the art.
Oh, that's how you get away with murder in the UK.
Banksy, the serial killer.
You bring in a gun, you're like, oh, don't worry, cops. It's an art installation. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. So Alex brings up Banksy. You do your whole like street art in like the blood of your victims, and then you get away with it. It makes perfect sense.
We've solved
How
it.
did we end up on this?
Well, Eddie seems to think that it's a loophole that if you say something's art, it doesn't have to follow the law.
Yeah, I buy it.
Like, I was thinking destruction of property rather than just straight... I wasn't breaking every law. I'm not doing a McCavity over here.
Now that's a callback.
That's just a true fact about cats.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, Big Peach solved it.
Well, here's the thing about the peach, right? I'm gonna eat that peach.
You're gonna eat that peach.
It's a big peach.
As soon as I see that peach in the sky over London...
Aren't you gonna want to ride in it? Why would you eat it?
Yes, because I don't have self-control, Jamie.
Well, there's so much of it. You can eat some of it and still ride in the rest.
How much sugar is there in a peach?
Yes.
In that big a peach.
Yes.
But it's just scaled up sugar, so I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the problem.
You're just eating one big bit of sugar.
The glucose molecule's just big.
I can avoid the sugar more easily.
But Bear, you should be on board with this. You get to hang out with Big Bugs, hang out with Eddie in a peach over
Great.
London.
Yeah, I love it, Jamie. I love it. I'm 100% on board with it, and that's why I don't think it's going to work for Eddie.
Ah, I see.
Oh, wait, you want it for your commute to your desk.
I'm going to be on this peach.
24/7.
I'm not going to have this vehicle for very long. I'm going to be able to use it for maybe a week. And then it's going to fall, the bottom's going to fall out.
Bear's going to be working from Peach.
Yeah.
Bear's going to strategically eat the parts of it to have the funniest, like, when it breaks apart, it lands in the middle of London in the shape of, like, a giant dong. Or whatever, like, as it lands. And so you get in trouble for public indecency as well as killing a bunch of people with the giant rolling peach.
Now, that would be art.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't see any real problems with this apart from... Eddie, this is going to upset you.
All right.
But the main problem I see with this is capitalism.
Oh,
Spider.
no.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Because richer people are just going to take the peach from you and then they say it was theirs all along because they're rich.
But how can they do that when I've got 501 seagulls?
They'll probably just pay you off rather than taking it from you because
Yeah.
the amount of money that you would accept is probably... Like, life-changing money for you is probably nothing to them.
But then you have to pay big capital gains tax on the Peach.
Oh yeah, rich people famously love spending money.
I mean, they do. They throw it away on all sorts of stuff.
And then I can afford one of these other vehicles that you guys are about to suggest.
Yeah.
So speaking of like flying to work, I have an idea that probably you could also make some money on the side.
Okay.
And that's, I think you should probably Galaxy Trucker it.
Okay.
So in Galaxy Trucker, you work for a company that ships sewage pipes. But it's too expensive to provide you with a ship to haul sewage pipes around space. So they just put you in the junkyard and say, build your ship out of sewage pipes.
Is that the premise of Galaxy Trucker?
That's the premise, yes.
For the viewer, this is a board game.
And you know, things go wrong during the flight. You lose some pieces, but usually you make it.
Sure.
Usually. Sometimes you die in the hard vacuum of space.
Well, no, you don't die. You get lost, and then it takes you a long time to get home, and your crew dies.
So that's just like the train's getting cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
But with more death.
I said what I said.
Now, there's a lot of good stuff there, right? Like, I think practically, to do this, you need to find something, find some junk near where you live and near where you work.
So what's your local scrapyard?
There is a tip not too far from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a local scrapyard, and then find someone on the other side who wants to buy it.
Right, I see.
But you could probably get away with it if you just say it's an art installation.
Oh, it comes
Oh,
round.
you're stealing my peach idea. Oh.
So is this just hustle culture? This is just get a second job?
Yeah, basically.
Make your commute a second job.
Although, if you can't find people who want to buy scrap, just identify things that they sell near you that they want near where you work and vice versa, and then just run it as like a merchant route.
I see.
And build your vehicle out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Out of like cans of London soup.
Are we going via space? Because it's Galaxy Trucker, or are we just making a car rather than a spaceship?
Well, you're always going via space. We're in space.
You know what I mean.
I'm going to have to make my ship out of a lot of drugs.
Don't we all?
Officer, that's my car seat.
That's my art installation.
No, officer,
commute.
this is an art installation. Ignore the fact that I'm dealing on the side.
Oh no.
Why, yes, I did make my car out of compacted powder. What of it?
Don't worry about it, officer. That always... Well, no further questions, please.
I do love the Fitch assumption we've created here that art is somehow makes everything legal. Because Banksy definitely doesn't remain anonymous for concerns about the legality of his art.
No, definitely not. It's for the bit. It's for the fame.
For the bit.
Yeah,
for the vibe.
Banksy. People know who Banksy is. Not everyone, but like...
Bear knows who Banksy is.
Banksy is famous enough. It's not really about the law now.
I mean, at the beginning.
All I know is it's not Neil Buchanan from Art Attack.
But yeah, so a few other things that can happen in Galaxy Trucker that you might want to make part of this, right?
Alien.
Guns.
Yeah, you can take aliens with you.
How do I get aliens?
Well, you just add the part that says an alien's happy to come along here.
Oh, cool. If you build it, they will come. Got it.
Yeah.
I get that reference.
So you get some aliens. You can have, you can pick up cargo on the way if you build cargo hold. So you could actually not even make your car out of drugs. You can make your car out of baggies. And as a board gamer, you have plenty of baggies.
I do have plenty of baggies.
And then pick up the drugs on the way.
So you can take a pit stop at a nearby planet to pick up some other cargo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're scaling it depending on exactly where you do it. Where are you going to end up working? Are you working at, another planet, or are you working on the same planet?
If I do have to go through London, there are plenty of, smaller suburban areas that I can travel through to pick up some stuff en route.
Yeah.
It needs to be going the way you're going.
Well, it depends how you build the vehicle, right?
So I've got my actual job that I'm going to. I've got whatever the ship happens to be made out of that I'm selling, and then I can be a Deliveroo driver en route.
Yeah.
Other services are available.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. If you build a nice cabin, you can sell it as a tourist thing where they help you drive your vehicle across London, and then they pay you to do so. You build a nice cabin, they pay you to work on your thing on the way.
This is we gradually explain every component in the Galaxy Trucker board game.
Some of these scale differently.
I'm not sure if you make enough money to comfortably use the extra time that you'll be commuting to do the job and also pay the congestion charge and any fuel charges that you have to pay.
Well, okay, so it depends what kind of fuel you're using. If you want to go on the river or something, then you could just use different parts. Maybe you fly over the congestion zone.
Associated question. How do you deal with the traffic? You're just going to be stuck in traffic in a junk car.
You fly.
Wait, the things that you can make a vehicle out can fly?
Just put a rocket booster on it.
This is air traffic control. What on earth is going on here?
How are you going to make a rocket booster out of crack cocaine?
You take one out of the scrapyard.
I really got to hope people leave rocket boosters in the waste disposal facilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that hard to make explosives out of the waste around you. Let's go into that.
Yeah, you're right. That was the bit I was struggling with.
For legal reasons, we're not going to tell you how.
I thought you were making it out of cocaine. What's going on? How you can make a rocket booster out of cocaine? I don't understand.
Jamie, don't tell the police officer. He's right here.
Sorry, compressed powder. Actually, also you have to be careful for meteor swarms, invading aliens.
Yeah, obviously.
Invading space marines?
All right, but let's translate all of these problems to London.
Okay, muggers, cops,
Knives.
aliens.
And then at the end of it, I just forget to put any engines on, and I just
Yeah, you just drift off out of control and end up in a...
takes me years to get to work.
I think, unfortunately, you might, crash into a plane that's trying to land at insert airport that's near where you live here.
Most of the London airports are
Yes.
near enough that I could crash into them.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, you have to get clearance from air traffic control every commute morning.
God.
This is my route today. It's not the same as yesterday because I have to I have to deliver the food from this place to this place. Can you fit me in between all of these airliners?
I'm going to allow this.
Hang on a minute. If I'm delivering the parts, how do I get home?
Do it in reverse.
You do it, yeah, another one there.
I just do it again in reverse.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Basically, you're working for 20 hours a day.
Huh. This sounds like a lot of logistical stress.
Yeah, well, you can get to work and then just immediately turn around. And if you're making enough money on the trucking, you just turn around and truck back. You don't actually do the work.
What's the point in the commute then?
Well, the commute... listen, this is a way to commute, and if it ends up being lucrative enough, then you don't need to do the work there. The commute is the job.
The side hustle becomes the full hustle.
Hello, sorry, boss. I got to work, but I've made enough money today, so bye.
It's I'm now good enough at commuting that I don't need to do the job.
We're trying to make the commute better, not make the commute the job, and now it's even worse because you're working the whole time.
Look, if you have to do the commute and you end up not having to do the job, that is better.
No, because the commute's the worst bit.
You're still doing the commute. That's the whole premise.
I think Jamie has raised a very important point here, that the commute is the worst part, and so making my job all commute doesn't sound that appealing.
Yes, it's going to be a lot less bad, though, when you're risking losing half of your wealth because because an unexpected boat comes flying down the Thames at you.
Don't you mean a lot more bad?
That's way more exciting.
Exciting.
No, but then you lose out half your ship.
It's fun.
Like, Eddie failed to reinforce that part of the ship, and now he's lost half of it.
Eddie is one of those people who can enjoy the failure as well as relish the success.
I can in a board game. I don't know how well that translates to real life.
Okay, maybe you need to, like, build up a bit of a bank before you're happy to, like, take a few unexpected meteors.
Just have a lot of money in the first place.
Yeah.
Just fly the easy routes to get yourself up to speed.
This sounds like one of my answers. I would simply have lots of money and therefore not work.
Well, that's why you don't quit your job straight away. You do it first, get to work, keep getting paid by that.
That's a good answer. Just quit your job, stupid. Yeah.
No, if you just quit.
It's true.
Solve the problem.
Oh, no. Okay.
I think there is actually there is no commute option here, because instead of actually needing to commute, why don't you just astral project? And by astral project, I mean use the amazing technology we have called remote desktop.
Wait, just to be clear, from my answer reaching the maybe just quit your job, you've effectively just said that was my answer all along. Don't.
No. You still work.
Astral project. That would mean that a spiritual version of me would be in the office, right?
Yes.
Or, a remote desktop version.
Virtually astral project.
Yeah, virtual astral projection is remote desktop.
AKA work via the metaverse.
Oh no, get your company to open an office in Decentraland.
Yeah.
And log in there and work in a little Decentraland office. Alone, because no one else is there.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah, why not? Why don't we just do it on Second Life, so at least you can get some furries as friends?
Get your job to rent a one-person office space near your house, so you have to go somewhere and not be comfortable.
Wait, upgrade. Just buy the company and say the company is at your home.
Simply buy the company.
Yeah.
What a great idea. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you said work from home and I'm just helping it.
Yeah, wait. Why are you working when you could have just been born rich?
That's a good point.
Hang on. Alex, is your actual suggestion that I work from home? Is that essentially what we're boiling down to?
Yes.
I mean, it kind of defeats the point of the question, but I don't hate it.
I know, but that's my trademark.
But isn't the point of the question to defeat the point of the question?
Hang on. No, I don't think it is.
I work from home and I think it's perfectly fine. I would recommend it.
Yeah. Like, why do you need to be in office?
I mean, I do like going into the office every now and then. And
Why?
If it wasn't such a long commute, I wouldn't mind it.
But why?
Because it's nice to talk to people.
Being in the office, I'm not against that idea, but commutes are a scam. So,
This is true.
weigh that up. There we go.
I do like the make the office my home option. I think that's not a bad shout.
Just move in with all of your co-workers.
Yeah, just have a house where everyone lives.
Just have like a YouTube house.
And then be paid in company script.
I think that is probably a bad... I spend 8 hours a day with these people. I don't need to spend more time with them.
Well, so we have your own separate room.
They're lovely, but I don't need to do that.
And then you're doing a stream in the evening with us, and then one of them comes knocking, going like, hey, do you want to have a beer together or something? Like, I stream on Mondays.
Hey, don't forget this deadline.
Wait, isn't the logical extension of this answer to, instead of, you don't want to live with them all the time, just have all companies build their own company towns?
Oh, yeah, well, you earn company dollars.
That way you can have your own house.
You can live where you work.
But then you can go to work and not have to commute.
There's a really good shop that you can go to called the company store, where you can spend the money with the money the company gives you.
Fantastic. They'll give me company bucks to spend at the company store.
Of course.
Excellent.
They're fun.
And if you load 16 tons, you get another day older and deeper in debt.
That's not a reference I got, but it's
a song called I Sold My Soul to the Company Store.
So, that's a good idea. You should sell your soul to the company store.
Yeah.
Oh, sell my soul, you say?
Yeah.
Let me check how many people I've already sold my soul to.
So, okay, we've solved it. You're going to go work for Amazon. You're going to live in their company town. You're going to learn about the need for unions.
Right. You can't tell us the location you work because you don't want to be doxxed. But
You can't just say Eddie works at the docks. Brings home his pay for love.
the location you work at.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of outside space, like right near it somewhere? Not necessarily a whole park.
I mean, it's on a street. Is that what you mean?
But is there enough space where you could just build a little hut and live in the hut, and then the commute's really short?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. That's remove the commute.
I hear what you're saying. Deregulate the use of green spaces in London. unprotect the limited green spaces we have and just let people build what they want.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex wants you to work from home, but you want to go to the office, so the best solution is to move home to a small shack just outside of work.
No, you're right. Alex, I think you've absolutely nailed this one. Instead of working from home, just go ultra-capitalist. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live in a capitalist hellscape.
I don't like this.
We've combined... Well, it is your favourite kind of answer, Eddie.
True, Alex, I think is a genius answer. Definitely exactly what you meant when you brought work from home as an option.
It was...
Also, why are you working when you could volunteer for your company instead?
Oh, now that's a great idea. And then... Wait, hang on.
How would you...
I mean, get them to feed you.
Oh, okay,
They'd feed you. Okay. And they clothe you?
Somewhat.
In company uniform, yeah.
Yeah, in the company standard gear.
It's just like team building exercise t-shirts.
Oh, I love
They
them.
provide all my basic needs at minimum cost.
They provide some of your basic needs.
They provide most of my basic needs at minimum cost.
My friends, are we just reinventing slavery? We should probably not do that and we should move on.
No. Eddie cannot work at any time, but he won't choose that because he loves the company.
Right.
Because they're a family.
Are we?
Well, you are now.
Oh. Interesting.
You get a pizza party once a year.
Once a year? Wow. All right, I love it, Alex. Great answer.
I hate this idea now. I would like to...
Too bad, that's your idea. We've commandeered it.
You'd like to withdraw that answer, but too late. Eddie's already chosen it.
Yeah.
Perfect answer, Alex. And you've nailed it.
Well done, Alex. You've won with your favourite answer, capitalism.
I feel like I've been scammed.
Yes, that's what the commute is.
I feel like I've been scammed, says someone in society.
Hey friends, you may know that we stream Magic the Gathering every Thursday over at twitch.tv/hexagorgon live, but did you know that we also stream on alternating Mondays and Wednesdays? Mondays we've themed as Mystery Mondays, where we play a game that is loosely to do with some sort of mystery, such as Ocarina of Time, a mystery about time, or Outer Wilds, a mystery about space. Wednesdays I have dubbed Wacky Wednesdays, but we don't really have a theme for. We just play whatever wild game tickles our fancy for a few weeks. Such as Night in the Woods, where we voiced every character, or Life is Strange, where every character voices themselves. So each week you'll get a stream on either Monday or Wednesday, and always a Magic stream on Thursday. We start at 8 PM UK time, which is approximately 5 hours ahead of Eastern time. It's a fun space, we have a good time, there's a handful of channel rewards for following and or subscribing. Come and join in, and we'll see you there. Oh, wait, yeah, back to the episode. Gotta remember to say that.
You keep talking, Eddie, about how the commute is the worst part of the job.
Yeah, that's the premise, and a true fact.
A lot of the answers are focusing on how we can get rid of the commute, or like change it to be faster, or like make money so you're not doing it.
That makes sense, yeah.
What if instead we just make the commute way better so that it doesn't matter how long and arduous it is, because you're loving every minute of it?
All right, okay, I'm listening.
And I know exactly how to do that. You know, we have all this public transport in London, we have all these routes, buses, tubes, trains, cars, etc.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
I think you mean car tubes.
Yeah, car tubes, etc.
Yeah.
Get rid of them all. We don't need to fix driving if we get rid of it.
Yep, I'm with you.
But we already fixed driving.
We don't need to play Yu-Gi-Oh! On the road.
Oh, okay.
If everyone is in giant conga lines. So we have giant conga line routes around the city, and everybody congas.
Separate ones or one big conga line?
Well, they're multiple routes. They overlap in certain places. They split and divide.
How does a conga line overlap?
Well, you have, like, streams come together and everybody congas. Sometimes it's 2x2.
Yeah, it's like a conga junction.
Sometimes it's like they zipper merge into one conga line and then split out into two.
Wow.
There's a huge beat, just a big drum beat going around the city.
Just constant earthquake of thump, thump, thump.
Everybody conga.
How fast would you say a conga line is compared to regular walking speed?
Slow.
Like, give me like approximate percentage. Like half as fast?
Okay, how long is it going to take you to get to work?
No, I'm looking up how long it would take me to walk to work now, and I'm going to factor that by the conga line.
Okay, it depends on the pace of the conga line, and then maybe there's different speed conga lines.
I'd like to join the high-speed conga line, please.
Depending on, like, the step length. Obviously, the frequency of step is the same, but the step length might be different.
It's going to take me between 4 and 5 hours to walk to work currently at an average walking speed.
I'm thinking 8 to 10 then.
Okay, well, let's just say, no, let's go 6 to 7, whatever, you know.
No, conga line's like way slower than walking with purpose.
Fine, 8 hours. But that's the point. Like, it doesn't matter how long it takes because you're in a conga line. Have you ever been sad in a conga line?
Yes.
Jamie, leave.
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Who's ever had a problem with, like, oh, this conga line's taking too long? Nobody's ever thought that.
The only time I've had a problem problem with the conga line is when it was between me and the food.
Yeah, and the other problem you have with a conga line is when you're doing a conga line and people aren't joining it, or people like leave after 3 congas.
Yeah.
That is true.
Conga lines are exciting for like the first 5 minutes or less, and then they get boring.
That's because they stop, because people have things to do. But what if people don't have things to do because the thing they have to do is get to the end of the conga line?
If I've learned anything from playing MMOs for years, is that it's not about the amount of money you make per hour, it's about the amount of fun you're having per hour.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more fun than a conga line. And that solves like all of our problems in society.
All of them.
We're so disconnected from people. We're so focused on our differences. We don't understand people's needs. Put them in a conga line, solve everything.
Oh my word, we've solved world peace.
Now, if you can't walk, unfortunately, you're not part of our new society.
So I solved energy with card games, and now you're solving human connection with the commute.
You don't have to commute. You know, like some people will just go in for the conga line.
But you said they will have someone to get to, so people joining there, they're going to get bored.
I mean, they might want to go shopping or doing other things that you do in a society, like bowling.
Look, if there is like a 2-hour conga line, there will be times that I'll just be like, hell yeah, I'm going to be part of this conga line. I'll grab my kazoo, I'll grab my whistle.
Okay, I have a slight problem. I do like streaming with Eddie, and I am worried that Eddie won't get back in time for the stream.
So here's a thing that I was going to bring up, in fact. You've actually solved my timetable, because it takes 8 hours for me to conga to work. I work for 8 hours. It takes me 8 hours to conga back, just in time to rejoin the conga line.
Yeah,
and spend 8 hours going to work again.
Perfect.
And look, we'll find ways for, like, we'll take it in turns. People can nap and, like, be carried along on the conga line for a little bit.
Who said anything about napping? I'm congering.
Exactly. See, it's going to be, you're not going to want to. Maybe you'll sleep at work. You can sleep at work.
Sleep at work. This is back to Alex's answer.
At the side of the conga line, you can have people like going, "Ooh, yes, let's give you some food. Let's get a burger." And...
You're saying an entire business pops up around providing food to the conga line.
Well, no, it's not. It's another conga line going past you that loops around like a refreshment station. So people pick up refreshments
the refreshment
and
conga line.
it past you so you can take it into the main conga line.
And there's a conga line past the front of the canteen and a conga line past the back of the canteen, and the ones around the back have got to provide food to the people in front as they go past.
This makes so much sense.
And look, if you're ever not sure where you're going, you just ask someone in the conga line with you and they're like, yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're going to Cornwall. And you're like, that's not where I want to go.
But also, in terms of streaming, people live stream. You don't have to have your setup. Like,
That's true.
It's going to bring us so much more traffic, a live stream from the conga line while playing Deathloop.
Bring us more traffic is a good pun.
Wait, we've also solved information communication. You can just, if a question, you just ask the conga line, they just pass it down the conga line, instantaneous information delivery.
Yeah, we've solved the speed of light problem.
It's the infinite line of commoners from D&D.
And if everyone readies an action in the conga line to pass something forward, then it travels instantaneously.
Yeah, it's the commoner railgun. We solved everything.
The other thing is, like, if you're playing the game, how much more focused are you going to be with the natural rhythm of step, step, conga, step, step, conga, while you've got your computer in front of you and you're taking shots?
Only allowed to play rhythm games now.
It does make rhythm games very hard unless they're
easy.
also to that beat.
Well, all the rhythm games change their speed to line up with the conga. Or everyone in the conga line helpfully says, oh, look, he's playing a rhythm game, let's adjust slightly to make it easier.
It's time for Monkey Watch. Let's...
I genuinely think the biggest problem with this conga line is that
Too much fun, you won't want to leave.
if everybody is congering,
Well, that is the premise, yeah.
then you may have solved world peace because everyone is congering and having too good a time to go to war or anything.
Yeah.
And as a result, we won't need to work anymore because world peace will have been achieved.
I mean, you need to provide food for the people in the conga line.
Look, all I'm saying is that by the time everyone's in the conga line, if your problem is you don't want to leave the conga line, I think I've solved your problem.
Actually, there's another issue. You specifically won't have to work anymore. Everyone's in the conga line having fun, which replaces other forms of entertainment, at which point Eddie's job doesn't exist anymore.
But I mean, you can do entertainment in the conga line. You just...
No, you're listening to the music to do the conga line.
Yeah, but you probably won't listen to other music, but like spoken word, drama. Maybe you have like orators in the conga line whose job is to join conga line periodically and do performances.
Oh, that's interesting. A conga performance.
And like Chinese whispers it up and down the conga line.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, we adapt. Like humans adapt. We can adapt our entertainment and some of our societal processes to the conga.
Right. You obviously solved everything with the conga line. I do have another idea to bring up.
Tough competition, though.
So you mentioned instantaneous movement of objects because of using readied actions along the conga line.
That's how physics works.
Yeah, why don't we instantaneously transport Eddie to work?
Are you saying we put Eddie on the commoner railgun and just kill him?
Yes. No, better than that.
Just G-forces, just Eddie arrives as a blob of goo.
The best commute is death.
You're right, you win, Jamie. We just kill Eddie, that's the winning.
There's a little known game that came out a few years back. You might not have heard of it. It's called Portal 2.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. It's called Portal 2.
Who made it? Wasn't that made by, like, Volvo or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, in Portal 2, you have an item. It's kind of a weapon. It's called a portal gun.
Okay.
Strange concept. I bet you're blowing your mind right now.
So it's a first-person shooter?
Yeah, you shoot holes.
In people?
But not bullet holes.
Oh.
So you shoot these portals, and then once you've got two of them, you can go through one and you appear at the other. So all you need to do is get a portal gun, pick your wardrobe or something, put a portal in your wardrobe,
Yeah.
go to work once. You do have to deal with the commute once.
Okay.
And put a portal at work, and now your commute is a step through a portal.
I have to mention on a point of information, you said it's called a portal gun. It's called the Aperture Science handheld portal device. Actually. Anyway.
You're 100% correct, but I'm just calling it the portal gun.
Yes.
But then you end up with you carrying the portal gun with you all the time and you accidentally press reset and then you have to walk back to work again or jump across.
Well, okay. Every time you want to change the portal, you do have to do the commute once. So I guess if you're working for 4 months 4 months might be too long. If you're working for an extended amount of time across days without necessarily wanting to go anywhere too far away, you can just have the portal set up. And then when you want to go somewhere else, you just temporarily use the portal gun at those two locations to go back and forth. And then at the start of the working week again, you just do commute once and it solves the whole week.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea, but if you have a portal gun, you're not going to leave it in place for a week, are you?
I mean, if you solve the horrible commute, yeah.
You're going to be having fun with your portal gun. You can play catch with yourself. That's the thing you would do. You'd play catch with yourself.
the thing you would do.
You could play magic with yourself across the table.
That doesn't solve that problem.
But I think you can solve that problem because we know that the problem with portals, and I know I may have kept this secret because I don't like people knowing that I'm a nerd, but I have actually played Portal and Portal 2.
Whoa.
Wait, there's a Portal 1?
We actually do know that the range of the gun is not its limiting factor.
Yes.
It's the design of the maps that force you to reset your portals through magic doors.
Yes, the gun reaches the moon. Spoilers.
Yeah, so if you just build a really high tower at your house that you can see your work from, then you can shoot a portal to work and then use it for whatever you want to.
Well, also, there are devices that can automatically shoot portals.
Well, they're the other half of the portal gun on a stick.
Yeah, it is weird that the two halves of the portal gun look identical and then combine into one.
That's science, Jamie.
Yeah, that's just how that works.
That's how the science gets done.
How would you make a neat gun? But how does the science get gun?
Well, we're on the brink of it with AI, so we need to make actual AI.
What?
No, let's not support AI on this show.
And then we need it to, torture people?
Press X to doubt.
Oh, I see. We're going to make a giant evil robot.
Oh, so you want to Rocco's Basilisk? Yeah.
No, it wants the GLaDOS. I think he's doing a GLaDOS.
Yeah, no, we need GLaDOS to, poison some scientists and keep their daughters or something in a vault.
Daughters.
Sounds like a good plan. Look,
Bring your daughter to Vault Day is the perfect time to have her tested.
there is, however, a slight problem. You do have to get the weird moon dust paint and paint it on your wardrobe and the wall at work.
But that was done in, the 60s.
Well, my wardrobe was painted in the 60s.
With moondust paint.
Yeah, you just don't want to breathe in the dust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all I gotta do is, get to my key locate. Is there only one portal gun? Can I get multiple?
That's never answered.
Yes, it is. There's 2 portal guns with 2 independent sets of portals.
Yes, because we have Atlas and Peabody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I can make this work.
Oh, that makes 3 portal guns, right?
No, because the one of them is the same as the original, I think.
It shoots blue and light blue rather than blue and orange.
I think each of the pair has one of the...
Okay, there are at least 2, maybe 3, but definitely at least 2 because of the multiplayer.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely know that you can have 2 pairs of portals.
So you can set one up to work and still have fun at the other time.
Yeah.
But you can't have both of the guns.
Why not?
You can only have one of them.
Why?
Reasons.
Eddie's Atlas and Peabody.
That's how it do. You need a friend.
I need a friend? That's going to be difficult.
And as we've discussed earlier, that's tough.
Yeah, based on my love of capitalism, it's going to be difficult to buy a friend. I mean, get a friend.
You could just make a robot friend.
The other thing, though, is like, if you build a tower that's really high up so that you can get yourself to work,
Yeah.
you don't even have to climb it. You just shoot the portal up to the ceiling of the tower and then under your feet,
Yep.
boom, you're in the tower.
Yep.
Shoot the portal over to work and then jump back into the one, jump off the tower, land, go through the hole that you shot at your feet.
Okay.
Whee!
Just don't make this tower too high.
Doesn't matter how high it is.
No, it does, because if you make it too high and it gets to heaven, then God changes everyone's language again, and that's really annoying.
Only if you intend to, right? It's not even if you make it to heaven. It's if you want to go to heaven. God's like, can't believe they'd want to be my friend.
Right. I do have a problem that I have to present with this, though.
Okay.
You also have to invent special boots that mean that you can take no fall damage from any height.
This was going to be my question, actually.
Because it conserves momentum when you pass through the portal. That, or you have to just avoid doing tricks.
You could avoid doing tricks, you could have a parachute.
You absolutely could not avoid doing tricks. I know
Now, have you met me?
Well, the parachute is not the issue is when you go through a portal really fast and then the other end's in a small room, like, you've got no slowing. You need the boots.
Yeah, but you just don't do that.
But that's the fun.
A, don't do that. B, do you think, like, if you jump off the tower, just make sure that on the other side, you come out as something where you can go high enough, and then at the peak of the jump, you just, like, quickly grab onto something.
My God, that's so dangerous.
Well, as we know from childhood logic, if there's a trampoline or a bouncy castle at the bottom, you're fine.
Oh, just a mattress or some water.
That's true.
But you're fine anyway, because even if you get it wrong, you've got 2 portals on the ground, right? You just keep going up and down until eventually air resistance neutralizes you and you're hovering in the middle of the portal.
Interesting theory. Okay.
Yeah, that's legit. Look, Minecraft taught me that 2 meters of water is enough to stop you from any fall height.
Not even 2 meters.
Now 1 square of water.
I thought it was 2 blocks of water.
Nah, it's 1 now, baby.
1 now.
Even like a half block of flowing water.
Oh, wow. And I know this transfers perfectly to the real world. You don't splat against the surface of the water in the real world if you're going too fast. No.
Yeah, just make sure you carry a bucket of water with you.
Yeah, just land in any amount of water.
Time the frames perfectly to place it down.
How much water do you think you could carry?
Me?
Yeah, in units.
I think I could carry, like, maybe 1 waters.
Okay.
1 water.
Okay, so like 1/30th of a water is enough to stop you dying then.
Oh, so I've got, like, 29/30ths to waste.
Yeah.
Perfect. We've solved it. Portals are perfect. Water solves the crashing problem. Don't even have to invent the boots.
No, my concern with portals, which I do need to bring up, is you keep mentioning these giant towers made of moon dust.
No, you just need moon dust on the surface you're portaling to. The whole tower doesn't have to be made of it.
Okay, but nonetheless, I still have to erect a bunch of giant towers in order to get around.
No, you can commute once. That's Bear's solution.
I think one tower will let you, if you build one big tower in London, you'll be able to A, see most places from it, and see it from most places.
Oh, okay, right, so I just need to be able to afford 1 giant tower.
Or even if there's just one high, you don't even necessarily have to build it. If there's one high place that you can see.
Oh, you portal up to the top of the shard.
There's lots of towers in London, like the Tower of London.
The Tower of London is famously the biggest tower in London.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not a crumbling castle in the middle of a group of skyscrapers.
Why would they call it anything else?
So look, everyone can see the Tower of London from anywhere in London. So you portal to the top of the Tower of London that you can see, and then you portal from there to anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right, but I do need a tower.
You need line of sight to a skyscraper.
I'm just not sure how I'm getting the owners of the shard to agree to me putting a blank surface on top of their tower.
I mean, they can't really stop you, right?
Yes, they can. I can't get up there.
You've got a portal gun.
What? So what? I just portal them
Just
out?
use some physics tricks to get up there.
Okay, you can do it from the second tallest tower, right? Because you shoot onto the side of the tallest tower, you can't see the top of it. You jump out of there, and then just before you hit the ground, you fire 2 portals at your feet. So you come down at high speed, up at high speed, land on top of the second tallest building, and that's your base of operations now.
Okay, look. The problem is getting a portable surface high up.
Yeah, but you only need to do it once.
I do it once.
The moon dust stuff is introduced in 2, and there are some surfaces in 1 that I'm pretty sure don't have it.
I think normal concrete walls work.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I think maybe the like glass on the shard won't work, but like normal concrete walls.
If normal concrete walls work, then I take it all back. Not many of the skyscrapers in London are made out of concrete. They're mostly glass. But I can make it work with concrete.
Some of the roof area will be doable, surely.
Yeah, I just need to be able to see through to the lift core.
And look, if you ever ever can't find your way, you slip on like your scuba mask and pop up to the moon and then shoot from the moon back to where you want to go.
Just from the moon, like, all right, I think London's about there. Let's.
I've only got like 5 minutes of air. I'm going to make this shot count.
Just have a bag of air.
It's a cloudy day, so I'm like, oh no.
That doesn't really matter if you end up at the wrong place, right? You're back, you catch your air, you refill your bag of holding with 10 minutes of air and pop back up to the moon again.
Oh,
It's a gambling holiday. Like, I'm going to end up somewhere in Europe. Where am I going to end up today?
Just don't miss the moon and hit like an asteroid out somewhere.
Oh, imagine that.
Just so you end up drifting in space.
I fire a portal off, be like, I missed the moon. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. A portal ends up on like a distant planet or something.
Super high gravity and just like
Sucks me through.
Yeah.
Oh no.
like the middle of Jupiter.
Oh man.
Alien.
There are so many ways that I could just cock up with the portal gun and it could just be the death of me.
If you miss, the portal has a travel time, right? There's a projectile.
Yeah.
It's very fast, but like I think by the time it hasn't have hit the moon, you just press the reset button.
Oh, okay. It doesn't you don't have to wait for that projectile to hit something to be able to do anything next.
No.
You can call it back from mid-shot.
Or like clear the other side of it. Yeah.
There is one final problem I'm going to present with my own idea before anyone else can say anything else.
Wow.
And that is, if Bear, or I guess one of your other friends, gets hold of the portal gun and you're not very awake in the morning and you just go to step through your portal, you'll end up in Bear's flat rather than at work and with a perfect game of Terraforming Mars set up.
Ah, you're right.
And then you'll be like, I need to work. And Bear's like, oh, you're playing with me.
I'm getting huge deja vu.
Yeah,
Did we have a question before where you end up in my room playing?
Yes.
playing?
We did this with the Princess Peach castle thing at some point.
Your work is in a different castle.
Yeah, we talked about Mario portal, like the Mario 64 painting thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what episode it was.
Oh, yeah.
I think portals are more useful than a Mario 64 painting because you can move them.
I mean, I will absolutely take your portal gun from you.
Yeah, this is the problem.
I'll like shoot you to work every now and then, but like
Every now and then, just enough to not get fired.
you won't have to. If I have a portal gun, I'll find a way to make enough money off it that like we don't need to do any more work.
They are very abusable.
But I could have the portal gun.
Yeah, but you're not going to figure out how to make so much money off it, are you? You're just like, oh, I'm going to use it to go to my normal job.
That was the question, yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is clearly you lack the imagination you need to solve your financial problems for life.
All of our answers just don't work.
Jamie's real answer here is use a portal gun to not need to work. Our classic.
Yeah, just rob a bank.
How do you solve the commute? Don't need it. That's the
Solved.
For the listeners, we have like a prank where we leave a squeaky pig at each other's house whenever we can.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie, you will wake up one day to a portal at a pig farm and a bunch of pigs running into your room,
Okay, so you can wake up one day covered in squeaky pigs.
covered in real pigs.
And here it is.
There we go.
I don't know how that's going to sound.
You won't realize it, but there will be a glowing portal in your closet, and at some point I'll step through it and surprise you.
Well, then you will have gained the portal gun at some point.
There are two of them, it's fine.
Ah, right. Well, then you can just make all the money off that one and make it so that I don't need to commute. And in the meantime, I'll use the second portal gun to commute.
Yeah, just in case.
I think the main risk of the portal gun is you're not going to invent the long fall boots.
No, I am going to just, accidentally kill myself at some point.
Yeah, you will. You'll become so accustomed to, the zipping around Spider-Man style, and one day you'll just miss and fall on the floor.
Yeah, I will.
But, it's a good way to go.
Also, the portal boots protect you when your head knocks into something. It's omnidirectional, which is weird, but here we are.
He died doing what he loved, fucking around.
Finding out.
Also, anytime you do anything good in a board game, we'll look at you and be like, did you use the portal gun to look at my hand from behind me?
Just hiding it under the desk.
No, smashing the reset button.
Giant glowing lights behind me.
No, I was just getting food out the fridge.
Why don't you have any food now?
We put you the opposite side of the table from the bank. Just at some point a portal appears, the entire half of the board falls into the hole and onto your lap. You're like, oh, I don't know how that happened. Here, have some of the money back.
The table just ends up half in one of the portals. You're like, Eddie, did you try and cheat? And it's like, no, this portal was already here.
All right, a note to Aperture Science, please add a scale switch to the portal gun.
Yeah, it's a little tiny one.
Eddie, what if you're already at work? And you know I've already done this one, but
Yeah, you've already done this.
Well, working from home.
Capitalism. Yeah, I got it.
but what if I sold you a really nice car, a DeLorean,
That is a nice car.
that could travel at over 88 miles per hour, so you need to be like near an airport runway or something to do that.
Or a motorway.
But then it sends you back in time and you're already at work.
Wait. Did you say you drive at 88 miles an hour on the motorway, the 70-mile-an-hour limit motorway, Eddie?
No, but that's enough of a space in order to get up to 80.
Uh-oh, Eddie's going to jail.
I would never drive above 70 on the motorway. I never have, and I never will. But if I needed to in a pinch...
Would you drive above 70 while no one was looking on your own road where you live?
As we have talked about previously, speed is a vector, so you're moving at negative speed, so it's fine. Because you're travelling back in time.
Oh, yes. We can get around the speed limit by going backwards 88 miles an hour.
No, but then you're moving at infinite speed, aren't you? And therefore you are breaking the speed.
So you're time traveling to work. So to be clear, though, what?
You're saving Eddie valuable time by arriving before he leaves.
But just to be clear what's happening, Eddie is in the DeLorean.
Yes.
So Eddie drives to work and then goes back in time. Eddie leaves at 9,
Yeah.
drives to work, is an hour and a half late, and then goes back in time to be on time, but has still spent an hour and a half driving across London.
No, you can avoid the traffic by travelling back in time first.
So you travel in the middle of the night.
Travelling in the middle of the night, getting there.
I travel when the traffic is the lowest, therefore it takes me a little bit less time, but I still have to travel.
You go to the future where no one's surprised that you have a flying time-traveling car.
Yeah.
Flying as well, nice.
Oh, yeah, the car flies, doesn't it? Yeah.
And it runs on garbage.
I mean, the problem with going to the future is that your bully might steal a book that has all
Well, don't stop and talk to your bully then.
Yeah, don't stop and talk to your bully.
Just stay in the car the whole time you're in the future.
I just cut my bullies out of my life, and therefore I'm not going to interact with them in the future.
But Jamie, they make us better people.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're traveling back in time, so you got to work on time because you were late because you were not at work.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a good answer for Spider-Man, where you can't be late for your work one more time, but I don't see how it saves Eddie the journey.
It saves Eddie the traffic.
Okay, so it takes an hour instead of 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can also, if you feel up to it, you could work 2 shifts in a row with time travel by skipping the day, and then you could go back home and just be at home for that time as well. So that's 1 commute at a good time for 2 days.
I guarantee that not a one of us is finishing a shift. Not one of us is getting through a shift at work if we have a time machine. None of us are finishing a shift and saying, you know what, I think I'm going to do another one.
Oh, that's a point. You can just travel back in time and do the whole either gambling or stock market manipulation thing to make a load of money and not have to work. So this is just don't work again.
I was wondering that.
No, here's the practical thing. You can take as many breaks as you want, as much time. You can go off and play games and then go back in time to work. And then by your second day of work after you get a time machine, they're like, Eddie, why are you 60?
Oh my work while I retire.
I need to finish my job that I never did.
Assuming your boss doesn't check on you or your outputs at work, you could get in, clock in.
Assuming your boss doesn't care what you do at work, just don't go to work and say you've done your job.
I was there.
You could say hi to everyone really loudly and pop into the loo for 5 hours and then come back at 5 p.m. with your time machine, which is 2 minutes later, and then say, I'm gone by.
Oh, there would absolutely be a day where I'd think that if I time traveled to the end of the day, then I would have already have done the work. And
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
how that works. So I would rock up at 5 p.m. like, hard day of work, guys. And when the hell did you get here? You've not been here all day.
In fact, you've disappeared from the face of the earth for the last 24 hours.
Wait, 24 hours? Oh no, I set the time wrong.
Well, you show up at like lunchtime and be like, oh, I was in this really big meeting with this really important client all morning. You can fake it.
So, just to condense this answer into what it's become, instead of getting a DeLorean, you get like level 0 cantrips in D&D.
What?
You become like a level 0 mage, you learn minor illusion, you make a minor illusion of yourself at work saying, hi everyone. You might need the minor illusion can't do sound, don't at me.
Just wait.
I'm being productive.
How did you take it from the time-traveling DeLorean to now you've got D&D spells?
I think what Bear's trying to say is you're just having a fake you at work to get the money.
The result of this is literally just have an image, a video of yourself at work saying hi to people, disappear, and then everyone thinks you've been at work doing your job for 8 hours, even though you've showed up for like 2 seconds and said hi. That's what this answer has become.
What?
I still think you just use the time travel to make a lot of money and then not work. I just think this is a just don't work again. It solves everything. Like go and make an investment in a thing you know goes really well.
Yeah, go extract wealth from the stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and be a horrible person, but for fun. For your own fun.
Okay, so you're suggesting that I get the DeLorean to time travel so that I can turn up at work on time every time, but I still have to commute, or alternatively,
Just get rich.
do a biff and just be rich.
Do a biff. Yeah.
All right.
Probably do a biff is the correct answer there.
I think so. The problem here is the first one wasn't actually necessarily travel back in time. You still have to do the commute. The idea is like, oh, the commute is now technically zero time because
Yes,
you
exactly.
drive to work and then you travel back in time, and now commuting took zero time. But unfortunately for you, it didn't.
Yeah, it's zero time for everyone except you because you've been in the car.
Yeah.
But why don't we reverse spaceship this? I like the idea. We send the Earth at super high speed while you commute.
What?
So the rest of the Earth is going at light speed, so by the time you arrive at work, no time has passed for the rest of the Earth.
But you still have to commute. That's the same answer.
Can you explain about send the Earth at super high light speed, please?
No, I won't. I don't think there's anything to explain, Alex.
So yeah, time travel solves the commute time from an outside perspective, but doesn't solve it for Eddie himself.
You do save a bit of time on the commute, so you're still driving, but at least, like, you don't hit traffic.
Yeah, it would take me like half the time it would normally, sort of thing, because of the lack of traffic.
I think that's a reasonable time save.
Yeah, but the train you don't have to drive.
Yeah, the train I don't have to drive, I can afford to like read or listen to a podcast on trains.
Would you rather drive for 1 hour or sit on a train for 2 actually doing something?
You time travel back to before London was built, so there's nothing in the way. You can just go directly.
Including roads.
It flies.
We don't need roads! I set you up and you didn't
Why do we care about traffic? The car flies.
It does fly. That's a good point.
That's why you have to go to the future where it's normal to fly in a car.
Okay, it's the one from the first movie before it flies.
I guess you could get a TARDIS, which does both the movement in time and space.
I was surprised that you decided to go with the DeLorean when the TARDIS cuts out the
It's got cool doors.
Yeah, okay, no, it's true, it does have cool doors.
Oh, it's because the TARDIS attracts trouble.
It does attract trouble.
Yeah, trouble in relative dimensions in space, am I right?
The TARDIS is too good at it and makes it boring.
Well, here's the other thing you might be able to do. If you're just trying to change position, depending on how the time machine works, you go to another time, you just wait for the Earth to spin the right amount, and then you go back in time to work.
What?
I'm processing.
So you're like not at the right place in London, but you're at the right place for where we went back in time. London was there.
I don't understand.
I was at work, it was just 500 years ago.
This requires the spin of the Earth to be going in the same direction to make Eddie's place of work
At the right place.
in the right where Eddie currently is 10 seconds ago.
And you're also ignoring the fact that the Earth is hurtling through space for this. You're just focusing on the spin.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're hoping that the spin plus the movement through space. It's seconds.
We're figuring out whether or not we can abuse that without just leaving you lost in space.
Well, then I can do Power Rangers, and that's pretty cool. Alright, I gotta bring this to a close. This is nonsense.
Yeah, no, you do that.
I think I have to give the win to the one answer that actually answered the question. And I will remind you, the question was, which vehicle is best for the daily commute? And it turns out the only vehicle that actually solved the daily commute and didn't just either make it irrelevant or just not commute was a giant peach.
Yes!
So congratulations, Jamie,
Well
for
done.
actually answering the question.
You're absolutely going to get arrested for driving that peach.
No, it's art. It's art. We covered this.
Okay, yeah, so
The two things to remember if you ever got stopped by police. 1, don't say anything. 2, it's art.
Yeah, nailed it.
oh, what do I win?
Jamie, your prize today is a Hot Wheel,
Sweet.
which is no longer required thanks to a giant peach.
It somehow got left behind with 2 streaks of fire on a road.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this one. Don't worry about that.
Well done, me.
What a stupid episode.
How did we turn that into nothing answered the question?
I did the assignment.
Well done for going first, Jamie, before everyone just derailed every answer thereafter. Thanks for listening. If you want to keep up to date with everything we do, you can follow us on Twitter or on Facebook. And if you'd like to support us financially, you could send us a one-time donation on Ko-Fi, sign up for monthly donations on Patreon, or subscribe to us on Twitch if that's more your speed. Links to all of that will be in the show notes. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time. Well, you'll see us. Well, not see, exactly. You get the idea.
Hang on a minute. Did Roald Dahl call Miss Spider because she's a spinster?
Maybe. That would line
Okay.
up.
That's good, but like I need more shouting, please, from the rest of you. Let's take this again. Alex, from the top.
Did Roald Dahl call Miss Spider because she's a spinster?
Whoa!
Hey! Whoa!
Way.
Oh! Dude, slam dunk. There we go. End the episode.
Much
yeah,
better.
yeah, we did it.
I
Thank
deserve
you.
that. That was good.
Right, thanks for the second take. That gave me enough time to look up what spinster meant and react appropriately.